Peace, Black family. This your man Al Jihad the God, Black Power, Crip Life. Those who know me know this. Man, I got a special one today, man. I got my brother Amon, man, from the Anubis Gun Club, man. You know what I mean? And we got a returning guest, man, my big brother Nick Bezel, man, from the Geronimo Gun Club, man. Y'all see the title? Y'all see the title? The title is "Are Blacc Gun Clubs Effective When They Do the Two-Way Marches?" You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a subtitle to that. You know what I mean? For speaking to our brothers out there that's making it hard for us to bring unity in our community. You know what I mean? Is gangbangers counter-revolutionary. Something that got to get talked about, man. Something that got to get talked about. Me and you touched on it a little bit in Mississippi, Amon. I don't know if you remember. As soon as we got through doing the march,
Yes,
you know,
sir, I
we
do.
just, yes, sir. Yeah. So
we
yeah,
talked we talked on our terms. Yes, sir.
huh?
We talked on our terms.
Yes, sir. Well, anyway, man, hold on one second. I'm trying to get this right. All right, we got 3 people in here, man, already, man. Get them likes up, You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. Brother Moon, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, dear brother.
Yes, sir. Well, I want to say to everybody, first of all, peace to y'all. My name is Amunta Kali Motepu. I have the honor and the duty of being the national commander of Anubis, which is a tactical response unit. We've been in existence for 4.5 years. Well, actually, next week will be the 5th year that Anubis has been in. We're actually 3 years younger than the Huey P. Newton Gun Club and 3 days younger than the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. So 333, homage to
Right.
my brother Babu Omawale, who co-signed me and gave me the honor of taking charge of Anubis. And ever since then, we've been boots on the ground. Salute to my brother Nick Bezel also.
Yes, sir. Brother Nick, you still moving your stuff around?
Oh yeah, I'm finishing up now. I'm finishing up now. I'll be live and direct here in just a second.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we gonna keep it moving, man, until you ready for us, there, brother. Yes, sir. Uh, I had the pleasure, man, and the honor to walk with both of these brothers, man. And like I was telling brother Nick when we talked last time, man, like I felt just to be in that two-way, man, and to be amongst the brothers, man, and the sisters, man. That was, I mean, it's always a beautiful thing when you amongst gods and goddesses, man. You know what I mean? And people that's willing to put their life on the line. Cause a lot of people don't know how dangerous that can be, especially
Mhm.
when we walking through these crackers neighborhoods and far as you never know. Like I said, like I was saying last time, man, we could have got it. Could have been snipers on the roof. It could have been anything. But it's people like y'all brothers, man, that in the new Black Panther Party, that's actually putting that's actually putting y'all life, y'all everything on the line for the liberation of our people, man. And if no one has told you that, man, I salute y'all brothers in that, man. It
Yes,
was a,
sir.
it was a, it was a very beautiful thing, man. Very beautiful thing, and I was just excited just to be there. You know what I mean? I was loving it, and even though that because of my situation with this punk ass Pinot system, I couldn't carry nothing, but just by just being in the presence of you brothers, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it made me just feel just extra powerful, man. Like, I mean, it was beautiful, man. Uh, before we get a little deep into it, for those who don't know, brother Nick Bezel, you was on my show last time, man. For the ones who that didn't hear it last time, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, dear brother?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on again.
Yes, sir.
Nick Basil, founder of the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Pistol and Rifle Gun Club. We were founded January 2020, so we're coming up on our third 3-year anniversary as an organization. We basically, our primary goal is just to educate, black men, women, and children on self-defense, protecting each other, protecting the families, protecting the community, and of course the advocacy of black people when we talk about reparations and the black agenda, making sure that we do everything in our power to make sure that our people get everything that they deserve, because we understand that over 400 years how we've been treated unjustly here in the confines of America, the United States. So it's just, our duty as an organization, A, is to make sure that everybody's trained properly in the art of self-defense, self-preservation, and to also make sure that our people get exactly what's owed to them for all the free labor, hard work we've done for this nation to build it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was looking at that news to share thing on YouTube, and I didn't know that y'all had a confrontation with the fat ass police dude down there, man. What was all that about, man?
Yeah, so let me fast forward to yesterday, and then I'll give you the
Okay.
history up until that point. So yesterday there was an article that came out in Mississippi specifically pertaining to him. One of his former detectives left, and now she's suing the city for $90,000. And so now let me give you the backdrop. The activists there on the ground in Brookhaven, Mississippi, they have been filing for permits to demonstrate. Their permits kept getting rejected. And so, the police chief kept rejecting their permits. So if you look at watching the video, you will hear him say, you all don't have a permit for this. And then you hear me tell him we don't need a permit because of X, Y, and Z. And then the county shows up, they tell him the same thing. But he tells me that I was looking for a confrontation and I got it, which wasn't the case at all. The family wanted answers based on what was going on with the case of the son. So in the exchange, if you listen carefully, you'll hear the lead activist for the case, and you'll hear that police chief has an exchange about the permit, about what was going on with the permit. Well, if you read the news article from yesterday, you'll see that police chief had intentionally been denying their permit, and on top of that, he was trying to get that detective to falsify documents to trump up charges to arrest the activists for no cause. And so all that has been exposed about that guy. So what you see, that confrontation you see with that police chief in Brookhaven was actually him trying to have a confrontation and not us, because what we ended up doing, and again, I'll give you the history or what took place that day up until that point. So as I was coming into Mississippi, district attorney called on the way there. He said, hey, I know, I heard you're coming here. Okay. What are you coming here for? To meet with you. And so he says, well, I had to go to Jackson. Can we talk about it on the phone? I said, no. I said, because D. Monterio and his mother want to talk to you. So he said, okay, well, I had to go to Jackson in a few hours, but I will wait until you all get here. This is what he told me on the phone. I said, okay. I link up with the family, with the activists, with, the original Black Panther Party, new Black Panther Party. And so then we all go to the district attorney's office. And then we get there. He's gone. He said he was going to wait to meet with the family. He left. So then I said, okay, well, let's find out what's going on with the investigation, because the family was telling me that when they go to the DA, they had been saying, well, we're waiting on the police department to do the investigation. And then when the family would ask the police about the investigation to get to the DA, they tell the family, we've already given everything we've had to the DA. So they're back and forth pointing fingers at each other. So then I said, okay, well, let's go to the police department, see who's over the investigation and what the holdup is. So we go to the police department. The chief isn't there. We ask for the deputy chief, assistant chief, whoever's next in charge. They're not there. Well, who's over the investigation? They're tap dancing around that. Well, is this person here? They never really answer. Then they say the assistant police chief is outside across the street in this gray pickup truck that had been following us around. We leave out of the police station. We start walking across the street, the truck burns off and leaves. So we're like, okay. I said, well, let's go to the crime scene, and then you can narrate what happened to you, because the family had a camera crew there. So I said, well, it would be best to get your message out, since you have this camera crew here. It would be best if you get your message out and narrate at the location where it happened, so it's documented. Because I understand it wasn't documented before, so this was his opportunity to document so the whole world can see what happened to him. So we go over there, he documents it, and then we started getting in our vehicles. He did what he had to do. People started leaving. As people were leaving, about 15 police cars pull up. I was already in the car. The car was put in drive, and my vehicle was getting ready to leave. Now understand, we already have vehicles leaving. So even what you saw out there wasn't even all of us. Some people had already left. So I see the police start pulling up. There's some people still out of their cars. We're not going to leave them. I said, let's get out and see what's going on. We get out. The mother's there. The young man, DeMontier, was there. Brother General Mike Payne, his people out of the car. So we start getting out of the car. And we're like, hey, what's going on? Y'all don't have a permit for this. And then that's when you start seeing the interaction. I'm like, we don't need no permit. We're not, he was like, y'all can't block the street. We're not blocking the street. We want an easement on the right of way. And so there's this back and forth dialogue. You see him say, you got 3 minutes. Obviously, we were out there a lot longer than 3 minutes. If he was going to do something, he would have did it, but he didn't. Right? And so, this whole back and forth, police are pulling up, they're getting out. And my guys are radioing to me saying, hey, you see this gear? The police gear was complete trash. They clearly weren't organized. They weren't trained. We were looking at it. It was like, so for us, for my organization specifically, when we saw the police, there was no threat. So that's why you see me in such a relaxed posture, because I didn't view them as a threat because of how they got out of the car. We're assessing the gear that they have. Those guys didn't come there looking for no problems. It was just that police chief, right? He was the only one that tried to escalate the situation. And so,
hold on 1 second, bro. I apologize. Let me cuss out my children real quick. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Shit. All right, bro. My bad.
That's all good.
They do that shit as soon as I get on the video. Everybody want to do some shit now.
Yeah. No, it's all good. But yeah, so that was it. Everybody saw the video. There was no, it was. I think it was good because they had been avoiding the family, and so I think it was good for the mother and for the victim to express themselves because they haven't had that opportunity. So it was good to just allow them to say what they wanted, how they wanted to feel, and allow them to do it knowing that we weren't going to allow anything to happen to them. And so I think that was the most important thing, to allow them to vent to these people in a way that they haven't before. And tell them how they feel, because nobody would listen to them. They kept blowing it off, sweeping it off. So this was the opportunity for them to do that. As you can see, that guy said 3 minutes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes later, he still didn't do anything. And then finally you see me say, okay, let's go. And everybody gets in the cars and we leave. Because there was nothing there. If he was going to do something, he would have did it a long time ago. And so, again, people, that was what happened. That was, how it went down. There was no concern on our end. When we saw them get out of the car, absolutely no concern. After we sized nothing, like, nah, no problems here. And that was it. We got in the vehicles and everybody head back to that. We left Brookhaven and went to Natchez. And you listen to Brother Patrick Lumumba, he gave a excellent lecture after that. And that was it. Brother Curtis, I see you. And
wow, brother.
Black Power. And so, that was it. That was the end of the day. We went back in the Natchez and everything was all good, even there was a situation that happened with one of my guys when we got back to Natchez. He had a fender bender out there, and the Natchez Police Department was like, we just saw y'all on YouTube. You know what I mean? So they had already knew, based on seeing it, and and that was it. I mean, people knew we were within our rights doing what we wanted to do, and that guy was a fool. And now you see what happened. You see this guy was acting criminally that day, prior to that, that day and prior to that, and now somebody who within his own agency has now filed a lawsuit against him because he was violating his oath. He was doing things that was unethical. And the saddest thing about it is he was doing it to black people.
Man, I seen that. Hey, that sister was giving them hell though. That one sister, she was like, coon this and coon that.
Yeah.
Well, I was dying laughing when I seen that, man. But yeah, I did see that part when he kind of tried to get boastful, like y'all got 3 minutes, and then and I'm looking at this man, this so-called brother, you know what I mean? And it was like, dude, you like literally trying to show out how did Ice Cube said back in the day, we said black police showing out for the white cop. You know what I'm saying? He was literally on that type of time, man. And y'all did handle it very professional. I looked at the whole thing. I was laughing though, because like I said, you were just kind of sitting just looking at him. I don't know if you knew it or not, but you was intimidating the hell out that dude, man. Yeah. We have brother Curtis Heath right here, man. Brother, before we get too deep into it, I had the other brother introduce themselves here, brother. Can you mind introduce yourself real quick?
Brother, I cannot hear you. Let me check my volume real quick. Because I can't hear all three of you at all. Hang on for a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I did like I said, I looked at the whole thing, man, and like dude was like literally like on some I would say poke his chest out. He be poking his belly out. You know what I mean? Trying to act like he was running some shit, man. But yeah, that shit right there was crazy, man. Brother Kurt. I'm going to mute you, brother Kurt. Yeah, it was brother Kurt.
Yeah.
Like he was chopping wood or some shit. But yeah, I like I said, I did see that. But the reason why I named this title two-way gun marches, Blacc Gun Clubs, are they effective? Because I was looking at brother Tariq Nasheed. I'm pretty sure y'all hipped on that brother, right?
Mm.
And when I was he had made a statement when the little brother that was in hold up, brother got shot 60 times. Little Javon, I think that's his name, Javon. The guy shot 60 times. It was in Ohio.
It was Jalen Walker, right?
Say it again.
Jalen Walker.
Yeah, Jalen, not Javon. Yeah, Jalen. When the Black Panther showed up, you know what I mean. Of course, they showed up. Guns out. You know what I mean. When they was doing the whole, I guess the outcry when everything was happening, and Tariq Nasheed had made a statement like, just because the Panther Party showing up, you know what I mean, that really don't mean nothing, And I heard this on another occasion, as far as they basically saying that y'all come do the two-way gun march, and then when y'all leave, it's back to being niggas as usual. You know what I mean? So can y'all give me like y'all own little opinion on that, brother Amon, as far as him saying that? What do you feel about that statement, sir?
My personal statement is going to be totally business related, not emotional.
Yes,
It's
sir.
the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard before in my life, and I'm gonna explain why. Based on our missions, like Anubis, for example, if you see us all the time out there training or moving around, operating based on what we do, which is domestic violence rescues and all this other stuff, you're one of two things. You're either a victim or you're a perpetrator. If you don't see us, that's a good thing. Okay. Um, so my whole thought process to his statement is, how the hell do you know that that's all we do? It's glamorized. I get it. They see it on the mainstream. They get it. I get it. It's called galvanizing the people. And I'm gonna be real with you. Initially, Nick will tell you, and Kurt will even tell you, I am anti-march. But I'm gonna tell you something my brother Nick did. I gotta give him his roses. That's my brother, you know. I gotta give him his roses while he's still living. Nick showed me something during Tulsa. I was not gonna have Anubis march in Tulsa because I don't do marches. And Babu Mwale asked me to go on a route recon with him. And that's the first time I met Nick. And when I felt the energy from Tulsa, and when I saw the nonsense, and when I saw how dead them brothers looked inside, and how sisters looked at brothers like they absolutely failed them, I said, "Oh, you better believe I'm gonna be back." You see what I'm saying? It's a purpose thing. So what would these marches show? I call it a call to the ancestors because everywhere we go, an atrocity has happened back in the day, right? So I'm gonna go to pay my tribute to the ancestors to let them know we here, and this ain't gonna ever happen again because we here. This is a new face. You see what I'm saying? We won't smoke now, you know. So for them to say, for Tariq Nasheed and Taharka Shea and say something to the effect of,
I was gonna get on that one too, but yeah.
yeah, I got him. Like I'm with you, but for him to say that this stuff that we're doing is totally and completely pointless. Tell that to the little kid that was riding on the back of one of the brothers raising his fist up in the air.
That's right.
Oh,
Tell
tell
that to
that
the
to the
little
girl
girl
that
that
was
me
running
and
with Nick. Remember the
right.
one, brother Nick? I got that
I,
picture, man. I got so many hits off that picture, so much inspiration off that picture, man. It was unexplainable how some of the
how about
children understood what was going on out there on that
right?
march. You know what I mean? And
Tell that to the
whoever got
little girl that me and Nick was standing next to talking to in Mississippi.
exactly,
This is a walking history class. We're
yep,
giving our babies. You can be an adult and be a nigga, fine. Be a nigga. We freeing these babies. These
yep,
babies need something because they're our future. Be a
Yes,
nigga,
sir.
stays on the plantation, shucking and jiving for massa. We're gonna break the chains off your children.
hmm,
And after that, we go into our respective regions and we're gonna put some foot to ass if we have to on our own people.
yeah.
Because we're in the black community, right? I don't see too many troglodytes in Third Ward, Fifth Ward, and in Greenspoint causing trouble. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to get a hold of my own people too.
Yeah.
I got to grab by like we used to say back in the day, homie. Got to grab a youngster by the back of the neck.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
So sometimes we got to grab people by the back of the neck or the front of the throat if we have to let them know we ain't standing for this no more. So my question to them is, what if we all units stood down, did what you said? What if we all stood down? What if I stopped doing domestic violence rescues? What if Nick stopped working in the community pushing political processes? What if my bro Kurt, he stopped teaching firearms as skilled as they all are, as we all are? What if we all stop? What if Babu just said, Huey P. shut down? You gonna do it? Are you gonna say that woman for getting her ass whooped? Are you gonna rescue that woman that has a baby that's been beat up so bad she can't be recognized? Are you gonna stop the drug dealers from harassing this elder because they want her property? Are you gonna stop these people from painting graffiti outside? Are you gonna stop the KKK from marching down the street?
hmm.
If not,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Was you finished there, brother?
I'm done.
I was gonna ask you the same thing, brother Kurt. I was telling that that one Negro Taharka because I've been like that dude there. He like really don't like nobody. for some reason.
He's not a
Man.
Negro.
He actually
Negro means
banged.
black. He's a nigga.
You know what?
He would actually start banging on the sisters of the underground. You know, he said something bad about them, and,
You know
and they
that
trying
brother.
to help rescue, you know, women from sex trafficking, and but he thought that shit was some bullshit. But anyway, well, brother Kirk, like I said, what's your breakdown for us? Do you think the two-way gun marches, are they effective in our communities? That's basically what I asked the brother. Well, what's your take on that, dear brother?
You know, when I look at the march, my very first march that I went on, it wasn't planned. Okay, when you got to have a plan when you go into march. Yes, marches are effective, but you got to have a plan to go in there to do what you're going to do and accomplish what you're going to do with that march. The first march I ever went on, it was a disaster because nobody knew what they was marching for one. Two, we didn't have no type of formation, you know. And this is not Huey P. This was another formation here in you know, up in the city with another group of individuals that, you know, I'm not gonna put them out there because we're not supposed to be bashing each other. We're supposed to be lifting each other up. But they had no direction. You know what I mean? You got to have some type of direction. You know, going into war without a plan, you already failed, dude. You know, you got to have a plan. You got to have direction. Say, hey, this is what we're going to do on this movement. And then we're just going to follow through on this movement, whether they like it or not, whether we are effective or not. To some people, somebody out there got the message. And that's why it's effective when we go out there, Mark, just like Tulsa. I would never forget Tulsa. I would take Tulsa to my grave, dude. You know, it started with 3 brothers, then it ended up with how many people we had out there, Nick?
It was a lie. I seen it.
Tulsa police has never seen nothing like that before. I was dying. You just don't. When I did the recon, and that guy almost hit me with that pickup truck when I was doing the recon out there, I knew I needed to come back because they took Greenwood away from the blacks. They still talking about that now. I was looking at the news today about the 3 that's going to sue them again for the money that they are owed. You know, and then that judge went around and said, well, no, the siblings can't get none of the money. So they're going to amend that. I mean, they're going to appeal that. You know, so that's they still.
Are y'all brothers hearing the echo?
Yeah, it's a big echo, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why this. I'm thinking, my page been banned a few times, man. So it could be these crackers, man, trying to keep us from spreading this knowledge, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
Let me let me check the mic real quick. I'm sorry, dear brothers. Hold on 1 second, please.
Look like Brother Shabazz is frozen. Oh yeah, so he's off. Well, we can keep the show going. Continue, Brother Curtis. We keep it going.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's going on, big bro?
Man, just busy, man. Straight nights, 6 nights a week, just throwing tires, man. Doing those Tesla tires, putting foam in the tires for the quiet ride. And man, it's like we do like 2,000 of them a night, every 12-hour shift. They said in 2 years, they said 60% of the driving force is going to be driving electric cars. And the company down here is we're just gonna double with the production of the tires, man, and it's killing us. So I'm up to 80 hours a week for overtime, dude. That's how bad it is. And nobody wants to work. Nobody.
You working every day.
$30 an hour, man, and nobody wants to work.
Wait.
Okay.
If I wasn't happy working for myself, I might go and make that move. You know, you spoke money to me. I'm like, what? Money? What?
I don't know where that's coming from, dear brothers, but we gonna make it do what it do, man.
Hey, Brother Shabazz, we probably got to mute our mics when one of us is talking and the rest of us mute. It might keep from some of that
Yeah.
vocal
Okay.
from being in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going on mute right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Brother Kirk, you come back on and finish what you said, dear. But I apologize for cutting the show like that because you was getting in.
No, you fine. It's just the fact that I remember one time, I joined the Huey Gun Club back in 2015 after the James Byrd incident, and I was talking about marches and how marches probably wouldn't have been effective. You know, we just going down the street with weapons and no purpose and just going out there to make a statement. You know what I mean? But the more I got to go out there into the community, and then, you know, I was up in the city saving veterans off the streets too. So I was taking homeless vets off the streets. Nobody knew that, but I wasn't looking for the spotlight. You know what I mean? That's why you don't see not a lot of my training videos online, because I don't train to entertain. I train to sustain. I train to kill, stop threats. That's what I do. And a lot of things I do, those three-letter word people don't like. There's a lot of stuff I have here at this place that three-letter words don't like. But that's beside the point. But as far as the marching is concerned, you got to plan, and we got to reach the youth, man. Whoever has the youth has the future. And if that marching is going to do it, we're going to do it. Marching serves a couple of things. We can go out and do maneuvers where we just, you know, patrolling the neighborhood. You know, that's a march. You know, going out there, like back to school stuff, you know, going out there into the community, that's a march, that's a maneuver. But when we want to do something like a Tulsa, we need to plan that. You know, that's a march that makes a statement. We made a statement up in Tulsa, and they still talking about that to this day. Still talking about it in my inbox, man. When y'all gonna do another Tulsa? When y'all gonna do another Oklahoma City? You know, that stuff takes planning. And then we got to know what we're gonna do and why we're gonna do it. But yes, they are effective. Marches are effective. They make statements, dude.
Brother Nick, same question to you, dear brother. Two-way gun clubs, gun marches, the effectiveness. What you think?
Well, I think you already know that I'm going to say that they're effective, you know. But I think people look at the end result and they see, you know, for all it's worth, the glamour and glitz, like they looking like, oh, it's a bunch of people with guns. But I look at it as another tool that we could use in our fight. I'll give, everybody talking about Tulsa and, you know, Mississippi, but I'm gonna give you one in particular that a lot of people don't talk about, but we had about 200 people. We were in Killeen, Texas last year in January. It was the Elmer Geronimo Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Black Justice Society was there, Raw Society Gun Club was there. And what we ended up doing, it actually was like a week and a half after there was a gentleman, Patrick Warren Sr., he was killed in his front yard by the Killeen Police Department. We had already planned on doing this maneuver and patrolling the community because it was all tied in for our initiative to get no-knock warrants banned. And what we ended up doing was going into Killeen and patrolling the community. And of course, the police couldn't do anything about it. They couldn't stop it. But we were effective in bringing a presence to Killeen that they hadn't seen. I mean, you could look down the road and see Fort Hood, the military base. That's how close we were to Fort Hood. But we were patrolling. We were in the black community making sure nothing was going on. And our point was to say that we will keep coming here patrolling the black community if you're going to keep kicking in these doors of black people, killing them, brutalizing them, locking them up. You know, James Scott Reed in 2019 was killed because of a no-knock raid. Marvin Guy, who we advocate for, 2014, looking for drugs. There was no drugs found in his house, but a police officer got killed in that raid. Brother Marvin is still being detained 8 years with no trial because of a botched no-knock raid. And so that was one of the tools that we used in Killeen. And then after that, we started going to the city council meetings. We started talking to the city council people. We told them what we wanted done. And so over the course of 6 or 7 months, because other organizations and other people had tried to get no-knock warrants banned in Killeen, and they weren't effective. And so we started off with a black two-way formation, maneuver, patrol, a march, or whatever you want to call it, into this community. And then we started going to the city council meetings. We were there so much that they thought about putting metal detectors in City Hall. That's how often we were showing up to the city council meetings. But eventually, like I said, over the course of 7 months, when nobody else was able to do it, this Blacc Gun Club, with the help of our partners and our allies, were able to go in there and get no-knock warrants banned. There's no gray area. It's been written in the law, it's written in the policy that they can't conduct no-knock raids. They can never ask to conduct no-knock raids. If the county, the state, or the feds want to conduct no-knock raids in the city of Killeen, the city of Killeen Police Department cannot help them conduct those raids. And so that's what a Black 2A march was able to do. That's what stemmed from that. And so what these other brothers were talking about, the history that we bring for these tributes that we pay to the ancestors where these atrocities were committed. That's something else, because you're not going to read about Greenwood in the history books. You're not going to hear about the Devil's Punch Bowl in the history books. But when you got 1,000 Black people that show up and all eyes are on this place, then it brings the history to a grander audience. It also shows our support for all these initiatives that we have. The people who descended from the massacre, look how far from last year to now, they were stalled out on getting reparations. They were stalled out on getting restitution. But look what coming and supporting them has done. It fast forwarded where now they're ready to cut them checks. So yes, they are effective. I can go on and on about our armed demonstrations and the results of it. As far as like a sheriff out here being indicted because we showed up armed. When have you ever heard about a sheriff being indicted for killing somebody and the district attorney, the assistant district attorney? But when you tell them you're going to march on their building, if they don't do something about it, you tell them that on a Saturday, and on a Monday that sheriff's indicted, don't tell me that they aren't effective. You have to have tangible actions and plans to back up whatever you're going to do out there. So are they effective? I just laid out a few instances where armed marches have been effective.
Brother Moon, we was going to start off a little bit with this brother. Now, I'm not too hipped on this guy. You know what I mean? And I understand what you're saying, Brother Kurt. So I'm not just going to just like bash nobody, but it just kind of killed me though that, like, why you think these brothers, like, because my understanding these brothers was a part of some of these. I don't know if they was like used to be a Panther, or used to be a part of the gun club, or whatever. But it's like soon as they get into get a wild hair up their ass, they get mad about some shit. They instantly just get to bashing on what other brothers is trying to do. What's your for us? I want to say it without, like I said, because Brother Kurt, you really humbled me, because I was feeling pretty go in on this dude, man. But you said something absolutely right. You know what I mean? For us, like, I'm not trying to bash no other Black man. You know what I mean? But why do you think it is, man, that guys want to bash what I'm saying, what you guys are doing, but yet they're not doing shit themselves, man? Why you think that is, man?
Well, to answer your question, I'm gonna give a counter to my brother Kurt. I don't want to bash a Black man, but I will bash a nigga all day long.
I agree.
Black power. Black power.
So here's the nine. Here's the nine. There was a time that I talked to this dude. I said, I don't have a problem with you, and I'm gonna explain that. And I kind of still don't, and I'm gonna explain that. I ain't say and my disclaimer is, just because I don't have a problem with you, that just means I don't want to do bodily harm to your person. That doesn't mean I like you. That means I don't have a problem with you.
Gotcha.
When I say I don't, the reason why I say that is because he is news. He's entertainment. He's looking for mess, right? Here's the part that grinds me. You get some brothers or sisters that used to be in our organizations or in our movements, and they mad today. So now they want to go tell. It's like they're in high school all over again. So while they go look for the dude that's looking for mess. And not only do they go tell? They go give all the inner workings of the organizations, and 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, they're only telling a fraction of the story. Okay. And then it doubles back on them because this guy, again, is looking for some mess, right? So he uses all the little information you give to grind one person's gears, but he goes and checks on your backstory. And then you get hit. So if you ain't righteous, this is why I ain't got a problem with it. If you ain't righteous, you get hit. You know what I mean? And let's look at this word that we throw out a lot, right? Agent provocateur. Let's take the term agent out of the way because that means you're affiliated with federal government. That means you're getting a literal check from the federal government for agent activity. Okay, you're a member of the
Yes,
three-letter boards, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's push that to the side. Let's look at the textbook definition of the word provocateur. For all those who are watching, here's a class. If this is you, provocateur is defined as he or she who provokes. Stop. In other words, you're stirring up shit. You're starting something. So now let's put it in more of a scenario here. You mad because myself, Nick, or Babu, or Kurt said you violated protocol, you have to go. So you go talk to somebody who's waiting for some mess to go, well, this, mostly not true, but you're going to give a good story, right? Because that's what they do, right? Give a good story. That is a provocateur. Under the term, under the counterintelligence program, the 60s, the one thing that was designed was they wanted to use us as provocateurs to go inside in an effort to disrupt and destroy units and organizations that are built for the betterment of Black people from the inside. So all these people saying Black power, Black power, Black power when you cool with everything, but because you didn't come to training, you had to go, you were disrespectful, you had to go, or you legitimately did something, you had to go, and you feeling some kind of way about it, and you go back and you yayan. On the streets, they call it snitching. They also call it ratting. See, the difference between a snitch and a rat is two different entities. Snitches actually get paid. At least snitches are human, but a rat is always just going to be a damn rat.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're going over there ratting, you telling you because you mad. So what does that leave? That leaves no room at all for conflict resolution. Leaves no room at all to bring the peace maybe down a line somewhere. Just go away quiet, come back and we could talk later. Something like that. It leaves no room for that. So what you do is you get mad and then they'll jump to another organization. So they'll diss one organization because they're a member of this organization now. So I'm going to go tell Taharka Bay, or I'm going to go tell Tariq Nasheed or whoever, OC, whoever they want to tell. All right? Because they feel in some kind of way. That's why I said I didn't have a problem. Because if you messy and I know you messy, what problem I got with you? I know how you are. That don't mean I'm going to give you all the game. I'm not your friend. I just don't have a problem with you because I know what you are. You see, you understand me? But at the end of it, I do have a problem with those brothers and sisters that keep running to and going behind our backs when you got central committees. I do have a problem with brothers and sisters that can't just be men and women and have across the table conversations with people and be out your damn feelings. I do have a damn problem with people that knew what you did was wrong, but you want to make yourself look right. So you go to lie in an effort to justify something, in an effort to destroy it, because these clowns that are, I can't call them clowns, these people that are watching the videos that have no idea at all what the movement actually is actually getting this information embedded in their damn brain, and it's killing our numbers.
They're lost.
They're lost, but they're going to stay lost.
Yeah.
Professor James Smalls, one of my teachers, said that there's going to be a time where we're going to have a conversation between a Black man and a nigga. And Farrakhan said the same thing. And at the end of the day, the Black man is going to have to tell the nigga, you get right or I'm going to let your ass die. And that includes the brothers and sisters in this damn movement right now. So I'll say this. If you be because niggas wear uniforms too. I done seen niggas shit in the movement. I've seen it. And you know what I do? Walk away or push you away from me. You know why? Because you're gonna be the nigga I'm gonna let die if I don't end you.
Yeah.
Because our people have to succeed. Our people have to push forward. So these little shows, I don't really pay it no mind unless they say something that's just disrespectful. But
Yeah.
I don't pay it no mind. It's just a show to me. A lot of people take it as this dude is the authority on everything that is Black Power. I don't know why they think he was born with a Pan African flag or got an arm branded on his forehead when he was born or something to say he's all things black, but Black or African. But at the end of the day, damn it, if he has not gotten out there and put his life on the line, literally, or has broken himself out of his pockets, literally, for the benefit of our people, I'm not trying to hear it. And if he has, why the hell is he so worried about us? Why? Because I'm too busy to be worried about him. I'm too busy to be worried about Tariq. I'm too busy to be worried about OC. I'm too busy. You got to literally say my name in the show to make me even pay attention. Somebody has to
Yeah.
literally tag me in it for me to pay attention. Because, brother, even when I'm not doing something, I'm busy because I'm thinking about what I'm about to do.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, y'all
So,
heard people. Y'all heard, man. The brothers coming with heat, man. You know what I mean? Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Share this video, man. Y'all, to all my people that's on it right now, man. Y'all got some of the top black gun clubs in America right now on this live, man. You know what I mean? And they actually give a fuck. That's the big difference between, like I said, niggas just putting on uniforms, you know what I mean, or whatever. No, it's niggas that actually give, and I don't mean to call y'all know my mouth, man. But
it's
but
all good, bro.
brothers that actually give a damn. You know what I mean? Brother Heat, you was when I first met you, you said man, I've been in Oklahoma, man, and it just looked like the niggas just look dead down there. Well, you didn't say niggas, but I'm just saying, they just look like they don't, you know, basically break that down again, man. For us, what you was telling me, for us, because you said you can move down there. You know, when you came here in Oklahoma City, and y'all did the gun march here, and then you said everybody just kind of just disappeared.
Man, when brother Omar came up to me and asked me to help him out with this march, and I was all for it, you know, because one, Oklahoma City never had one before, just like Tulsa never had one before, you know, and there was brothers hitting my inbox, oh man, we need to do this, you know. I said, okay, well let's do it, you know, and that's when I met brother Nick, and we got to talking about this stuff and getting this done. And I was really wanting the governor to be there, you know, but at that time when we did the march, you know, he was up there in Tulsa with Trump ass. Um, when we did the march, I could not believe we had over 300 brothers. I mean, there was brothers out there that I ain't never seen with weapons before. Now, mind you, when I joined the club in 2015, I've been recruiting since 2015. I couldn't find a brother that would even pick up a weapon, let alone shoot one. You know, and I was like, where these brothers come from? You know, and we got to talking and got to chopping it up and said, okay, where y'all from? Oh man, we from the east side, man. We from the northwest side. I said, where y'all been hiding at? Oh, we got our own gun ranges and all this stuff. I said, oh, really? Well, where y'all at? I mean, we need to collaborate. We need to talk about some things. Oh, we do this after the march. I mean, we had all type of brothers out there, all type. Man, they had scars out there. You know, it's like a brother with a scar. You know, like, man, check this out. We got some brothers here. Where the hell were they at in 2015, 2016? You know, I mean, I was scouring the streets, dude. When I was taking veterans off the streets, getting them out of homeless status, I was a recruit. I was looking for people in Spencer, Midwest City, Dale City. They're hiding out there, especially in Spencer. And you should know. You should know Spencer. You know, Luther, those little areas, you know, where the brothers are hiding it and doing some things there, but they're not doing what they need to be doing to make Oklahoma safer for us. You know what I mean? I'm from Chicago, so I know. I know how it is, you know, but down here was a whole different animal, and it's like entertaining a whole different animal when you try to get these brothers together because half of them are still sitting in the plantation, the damn plantation. So after the march, you know, me and Brother Babu was helping me pass the cars out, the flyers and everything. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get these calls. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get something going. We got some gun ranges going on. I got a gun range locked down here in Duncan, Oklahoma. I can go to anytime I want to. Not one damn call. Not one. One. I'm sitting
But you
there
know
like,
what though, brother?
where these brothers at? You know, like, are you serious? We just did a march to the governor's mansion. That has never been done in Oklahoma. Just like in Tulsa. We went down there and you know how Tulsa PD is. You know how they are. I was shocked. I was shocked that it ended the way it did. Because I was locked and loaded. I had a 338. I had a 5.56. I had a couple other things too. I'm not even going to mention on your live. But you know, I was ready for a war. Because I know how Tulsa PD is. Look what they did to our brothers up there. Look what they're still doing. So I was ready for it, and the way it ended, I was shocked. I was shocked. But you cannot get these brothers to get together down here. I don't get it. I don't get it.
But you know what's crazy though, dear brother? Just today, they had a car club type of thing. That motherfucker was packed. It was packed with a gang of nigga shit. It was, I mean,
But see, that's the
drinking,
problem right there.
smoking,
They focused on the wrong thing. That's where it is. You know,
yes, sir.
you can sit up here. We could be unified in any kind of way you want to. But when it comes down to it, when we got to go for our survival, when we know the cops is not going to protect us, when we know some of our own ain't going to protect us, we got to protect us. And the only way we can do that, we got to go out and find similar like-minded people like we, so we can protect ourselves or protect the ones who want to help themselves. Because there's nothing worse than trying to help somebody who don't want to help themselves.
Man,
That got to be the same person. Unfortunately, we got to drop before we get to the damn enemy. You know, it's sad, but it's war. I'm a combat veteran of 2 wars, dude. I've seen some shit overseas that some of these brothers would die in the time frame of 30 minutes in a war zone because they think drive-bys are war. That's a war in the streets. Get the fuck out of here. Let me drop you in Iraq where you can't even run away from a country.
Yeah.
You know, let me drop you in Kabul where you can't run around the block and say, hey, where my homeboy? No. They don't understand how many hate groups we got in Oklahoma alone. 31. That's Oklahoma alone. I keep all track of that. You know why? Because in my organization, I got to make sure if we're going to do a maneuver, we do a recon. We need to know what the hell we're going into, where we're going into, and what we need to do to make sure we're protected while we're in there. You know what I mean? So I have to do that. 31 hate groups in Oklahoma alone. Almost double in Texas. If you look at one of the websites I look at some of the federal websites.
I think it's 54 in Texas.
I'm watching them too. They listen to us. I'm listening to them too. I mean, you got to. You know, a lot of us got a ham radio license. We'll talk about that later. But I'm listening just like they listen.
Yes, sir.
And you got to do that. So with that being said, when I couldn't find nobody like that, then I had to go to the point where, okay, we got other organizations here. We got the Fred Hampton Club here. You know, Sister Matt. You know, me and her did a maneuver a couple of weeks ago at the sheriff's department for a couple of people. And then Sister Lakeisha, you know, she was there. We did a maneuver together, a joint maneuver together to help those families out with those wrongfully incarcerated people. You know, so if it has to come to if it has to come down to that, where we have to help our own, where we can help our own, that's what we're gonna do. Because we have to, because nobody else is gonna do it. That Taki, whatever the hell his name is, he's not gonna do it. He always talk about, oh man, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing out there. I got boots on the ground. No, he don't. He got that show for entertainment. That's all he is. He's a clown. He's an entertainer. He's like MC Hammer. MC Hammer can't rap word for shit. He's just an entertainer. That's what Taraka, whatever his name is, Roraka, whatever his name is, that's what he is. I haven't seen him out in the streets. I haven't seen him out in combat. All he do is talk about every fucking body. You know what? He's like Tommy Sotomayor. Remember that black dude who used to bash women all the time? Yeah. Where the hell he at? Can't find him no more, can you? Oh, he's around.
He probably laid up with a cracker bra somewhere.
Huh?
He said he probably later with a white devil broad somewhere.
Thank you. Don't get me started on that. But you see you see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We're wasting energy on the wrong shit. We're focusing on the distraction, not the problem. He is the problem. He creates distractions to keep us away from what we really need to be doing out there. Our youth needs us, dude. I have kids down in Chicago every fucking weekend. Every weekend. I got one brother that we went to school together. He's out there on Sundays. He's not out there at the clubs and going out there drinking and shit. He's out there trying to save the youth out there, man. I mean, every weekend he's out there. We need more brothers like him down here. Texas, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina. We need brothers like that.
Yes, sir.
And if we can't find them, we gonna have to be the brothers like that. You know,
Yes,
don't find somebody who's right. You be the right person to do it. You do it.
yes,
Takari,
sir.
not Takari. Fuck his name. Whatever his name is. I mean, he. You know, we had to not give him the energy, man. We got to use our energy on something that's tangible. And right now, I'm telling you, right now, we got to focus on our youth. Our youth are dying, dude. They're dying.
Man,
If we had to
also,
homeschool, if we had to put them in shelters or keep them away from CPS, and you know who I mean by that, because the CPS down here ain't nothing but child trafficking. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's all.
That's a whole nother. We got to save our youth. That is my mission statement right there. The youth.
Hey, y'all heard, man? Like, share, subscribe, man. Share this video, share it, man. Y'all see what kind of jewels these brothers is dropping, man. So please, man, as soon as y'all see this, man, and get them likes up, man, because the more likes I get, the more the shit'll go around, man, and the more of our people can see this, man. Because you got some sincere brothers, man, including myself, man. I'm gonna start putting myself out the goddamn loop, man, because I'm right there with you, brothers. You know what I mean? Right there, I promise to God. You know what I mean? So the question that's gonna be a big one. That I already put myself out there with the Crips, the Bloods, the Gangster Disciples, and the Vice Lords. Now, did both of y'all see that clip that I sent y'all? That the video, Nick and Amun?
I wasn't able to see it for some reason. I tried to get off in it, and I was like, get in it. But
It was the one about an hour long, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, the one I sent y'all a message and I said, check this out.
I watched a couple of them. I know there was one that was like an hour long.
Well, the one that it was called "Message to the Black Man," to the Blacc Gun Clubs, the 5%ers, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was like an hour, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
But when I first started trying to interject myself in this Black Power movement, like really heavy, instead of just, because I'll be around my homeboys and I done been called Lil Farrakhan. I done been called, man, that's that, man, get on with that Muslim shit, man. No, I done been, you know what I'm saying? So when I finally started to really like reach out to a lot of my brothers in the gun clubs, the like I said, the Panther party, stuff like that, it was a lot of stiff on. You know what I mean? Like homie on me, cause like they get like on like some brother, I hear you, but you still with that Crip stuff, man. So you kind of, you know what I mean, that Crips and blood and all that is kind of revolutionary. You know what I mean? I took it offensive, I can't lie. But when I sat back and I thought about it and I seen, and I guess how can I say it? Well, I'll just say it like this. I'll say it like this, dear brothers. When I was getting stiff on, it made me push harder. But it's more than me that actually thinks like this, though. Like, far as like, okay, yeah, I'm part of my neighborhood, but I want to do something different. And there was a lot of stiff arm in that. Why do you think that is? And why do and we can start with Brother Kurt on this. Do you honestly feel that that the whole Crip and blood thing, and to be brutally honest, please, the whole gang culture, is it counter-revolutionary? Because like y'all just said, we out here putting our life on the line for our people, and then we got our people knocking us down. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that you heard since you've been there, Kurt. You know about the club shooting. I don't know if you heard about it when they found over 300 rounds and one little sister lost her life.
Yeah.
And then there was an 88-year-old woman that was sitting on her porch. She got gunned down. You know what I mean? This happened all in the same week. You know what I mean? It's just in Oklahoma City. So I can imagine Chicago and Los Angeles and the rest, you know what I mean? Texas and everywhere else, right? So, like I said, I want you brothers to be brutally honest, because for the simple fact, our brothers, our street soldiers, they have to know this. They have to know this, and they have to hear it from people who's actually like, damn, like basically, I'm gonna say it in my terms, like, nigga, we trying to save you. We trying to save your babies. We trying to make sure your grandmother and grandpa is safe. Why in the fuck is y'all keep on doing this bullshit in our neighborhoods, man? So basically, I'm gonna say we're gonna start with Brother Kurt, man. Do you feel that the gang culture is counter-revolutionary?
Well, me being from Chicago, I'm familiar with the Gangster Disciples, the Vice Lords, the Four Corner Hustlers. I've never had to deal with the Bloods and Crips. Not even when I was down here in Oklahoma City or down here in Lawton, and I've been out here 34 years because my focus was somewhere else. But as far as them being counter-revolutionary, I'm gonna say the actions are. The Gangster Disciples, when they first started that, they were growth and development. Okay, they was for the black people. It's just that when the younger generation took on the horns, it kind of went in a different direction in Chicago. That's why I left Chicago in the 80s, because it just wasn't working. It was more where the people got interjected with drugs, the guns came out of nowhere, and then the whole culture just went disarray. So yeah, that's kind of revolutionary, but they were organized. In Chicago, them brothers were organized. They knew how to organize. The Blackstones, the P Stones, they were organized. Hey, let's go hit this block up. It wasn't like just a simple drive-by. They had a plan. They were organized. So organization is not the problem. I mean, it's out organized. I mean, we're not outnumbered. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because believe it or not, we're gonna need the street tribes to come on board to help us move this revolution. It's just that they need a little direction. That's all they need. They need to understand our history. They need to understand what's going to happen now, and they got to understand the ramifications of the future if they don't get on board right now. So yeah, their actions are kind of revolutionary, but they're not unteachable. They're not unteachable. You're always going to have somebody, even in our movements, even in our organizations, you're going to have people who's going to be kind of revolutionary anywhere. You know, the gang culture is no different, but everybody's teachable to the point where, hey, we can get this together if we organize and do this, so we won't die and die off somewhere in the future, or kids die off and be in the sex trade and all this other stuff. I mean, we can help each other out. You know, it's all about going out in the streets, dude. I mean, just like the brother I was telling you in Chicago, every Sunday, he's not out there at the clubs and stuff. He's out there saving the youth. Straight gang. Kids 11, 12 years old, carjacking in Chicago. He's trying to pull them out of that culture. So I know it can be done, but we're gonna need the street tribes at some time to move this if it gets real big. Because if it gets big, a lot of us is gonna die. A lot of our own is gonna die if we don't hurry up and get on this right now and unify.
Yes, sir.
It's just the actions that are counter-revolutionary, not what they're doing as a gang culture, because hell, the police is the biggest fucking gang in the United States anyway. So that's a culture that we need to stop. So I'm not gonna bash the gang members and shit, because I know how they are. You know, it's just some of the actions are counter-revolutionary, and we need just to steer them in the right direction. So we need to move forward to what we need to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful, dear brother. Beautiful. Brother Moon.
Okay. I gotta give a problem and solution answer. At the moment, yes, they're a problem. Why is the question. I told a lot of youngsters when I'm talking outside, You know, the little teenagers that walk down the street and everything like that. And the funny thing is they call me school now. So, you know, I'm almost 50, so I gotta claim it, right? So they
Yes,
be
sir.
like, what up,
Yes, sir.
school? I'm like, what up, youngster? Watch your mouth. And they start laughing. I'm like, well, talk to me. So they'd be like, you got some knowledge for us today. And I said, yeah, let me put some change in your pocket, see if you can save money right quick, you know?
Yes, sir.
So they'll sit up there and they'll say, I'll say, we failed you. I always say that to the younger generation. I say, my generation failed you. They said, why? I said, all right, I'm gonna tell you why. These little knuckleheads is out here killing people and stuff like that. When I'm out there working in the community, you know what I see? I see a bunch of angry ass children that don't have fathers. Mad as hell. And some of them don't have mothers. Some of them don't have mothers and fathers. Some of them been living out there homeless, and the only way they know is to go out there and sell dope. That's the only thing they know. They don't have another alternative. Now, here's where the problem comes. By the time they old enough to use this think box, this thing that's in your head called a brain, and realize that they're doing it wrong, they're so used to the repetition that it's hard to get out of that cage.
Yeah.
So now you have a programmed machine that is programmed for death and destruction. So unfortunately, I got to leave you with two options now. After I give you the game and I tell you, look, we're trying to save everybody, this and this. Men ain't trying to hear that pro-black shit, this and this and this and this. So then you just tell them, you got two options at this point. You know how my unit gets down. So, peace or war. I literally live by what Professor Smalls or Baba James Smalls said. Literally. And I also told the children, I said, listen, I told these young brothers, I said, listen here. I want you to look up a person who's named Marcus Mosiah Garvey, right? And they said, what about him? I said, he gave a very strong quote. I don't want every black person to go back to Africa with me. Some of y'all are no good here and you're going to be no good there. But if they could be like myself, who was once Pyru, or my brother up top, who's a Crip, when we sat there and talked. And I looked and I said, you my brother for life. We talked on the West Coast turn. I said, we're going to be brothers for life because we know what it is. I used to bang in the 90s. I tell people I used to bang in the 90s when it counted. You know what I mean? But at the end of it, if we put those two acronyms together, CRIP, Civilian Rehabilitation and Progress. Some people say Community Rehabilitation and Progress, and I'm going to take them both. Blood. Brotherly love overcomes and overrides our destruction and suffering. But they forgot one because Wiser Bloods will teach you Black Liberation Organization of Defense. You put those two together, you got a government. You put GDs in it, that's your economic structure right there. That's your community. That's your infrastructure, growth and development. Right? Right? Black Liberation Organization of Defense. That's your military right there. Community rehabilitation or civilian rehabilitation and progress. That's your whole governing body to make sure that the infrastructure, the military structure, and everything is good right there. In our Black community, we have the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch. Right there, just with the gangs. And I even tell the drug dealers, listen, you don't know how business every drug dealer is 5 businesses in one. Their own wholesale company, their own supply, their own distribution, their own logistics, and their own advertising firm. Imagine if you found a product that was legit and applied all that knowledge you using into this one little quarter sack that you're trying to sell, and you focus on something like a mineral. You use all your money and invest it in land that has minerals on it and try to make that land flip because that's the only thing that don't lose value. We are too busy playing checkers. And our youngsters out there that are wearing these flags are playing checkers. And I'm going to be real with you. Here we go. Here's the old man in me. The younger generation don't bang like we used to. You know why I say that? They don't have a code. There's some things that you did not do. We didn't run down on no elders. You didn't get no shootouts at the park with babies off in them. You got your problem with the rival gang. You want to meet the rival gang at a park, and it's gonna be y'all and them. Y'all gonna catch that square. Y'all gonna catch that fade, or y'all gonna trade bullets or whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna be. But you didn't involve what we call innocence off in the middle of it. Now it don't matter. It's a free fall, and they snitching on each other left and right too. But that's a different story. So what I'm saying is this: it's the problem is that the solution is they need to tighten up, man. The street trials are necessary. I tell them all the time. I tell the gang members all the time. Go to Greens Point all the time. Welcome out there. Even when I say peace of war, I'm still welcome out there because they know I'm coming in love. But at the same time, we tired of this shit. I'm in the movement, niggas in the movement, Kurt's in the movement, Babu's in the movement because we tired. You in the movement because we tired of this shit. When is enough gonna be enough? I'm tired of seeing young brothers shot in the middle of the street over nothing. You don't want to throw these no more. It's a problem throwing these. I made a lot of best friends with these. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
That's a discussion that you gotta have, but we ain't doing that no more. They're going straight to the trunk and they're gonna shoot everybody. Over what? An argument. We got to get out of that mentality. We got a whole pale enemy that will murder us, and we walk down the street. That's why initially I was against marching as hard as I was, because this is my thought process. We got a whole pale enemy walking down the street that will shoot us, and we're gonna go down the street saying, "Hell no, we won't go." Bust our crying, lift every voice and sing "Kumbaya," wave flags, and all this other stuff. What is we's gonna do? Mass and kill one of us. But after that, Tyrone will go kill Malik in the middle of the damn street like nothing. So what are we to us? Nothing? I can't defend nothing. I can't defend you if you ain't willing to defend yourself. And I ain't talking about just against the mean old white man. Protect you against you. If you love yourself, if you love black people, we love black people as much as we do, then on top of that, if that was a scenario, we wouldn't be so quick to go get a gun and kill this dude over a pair of shoes. You stepped on my shoe, now I'm gonna shoot you. Because once a bullet leaves a chamber, dog, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Threat done escalated now. You done took it there. We want to kill each other like nothing. The thing that makes me mad about this gang, this gang culture right now is white folks watch us all the time for intel. Yeah, and the intel they get out of us right now is we devalue ourselves so much. And this is their thought process, literally. I remember I was in the oil industry and the white boy told me this. I almost got fired today. But he made sense. That's why I couldn't even say nothing. I just got mad and walked off, but what he said was right. How is anybody outside of you supposed to value you, see your worth in anything, when you don't value yourself?
Facts. Facts.
You nothing but a target to each other. So of course your enemy is gonna want to kill you. You're killing you. You hate yourself that bad, they came in this world hating you. And we could say that's because they conditioned us to hate each other. Look, I'm over that shit. Look, you put a grenade in my motherfucking lap, that don't mean I gotta pull a pin. I gotta see some value in myself at one point in time or another. I'm worth something. I'm worth something. We're committing genocide, and that's what I tell these youngsters, and I'm gonna shut up after that. But we committing genocide. Every time you kill a black man, and I told him this, every time you kill your brother, you're killing somebody's husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and ancestor. Before they even had a chance. You killed 5 generations. Before you even had a chance. You kill a sister, same thing. You're committing genocide. What kind of man would I be to be okay with that? So at the time, yes, it is kind of revolutionary. Can we fix it? Absolutely. They want to be fixed. We just got to love on them, man. I wouldn't have pushed you away. I like gangbangers. I used to be one. Shit.
Facts, facts. Brother Nick, gonna enlighten us, dear brother.
Well, I think these two brothers so eloquently described the situation, so I'm gonna be a lot briefer because I think they covered everything. But I think at the end of the day, what we have to do is um, don't take that passion out of those brothers, but we just have to refocus that energy and get them to understand where that energy needs to go. So if we can rechannel that energy that they have toward each other and redirect it and let them know where that energy should go, I think they'll be a lot better off. So at the end of the day, it's just guidance. It's just hipping them, giving them some guidance, and then letting them flourish, in their purpose. So we can't push them away. We just have to educate these brothers. That's all. That's all we have to do.
Read some of these comments real quick. Uh, can't read. No, this is Broken Link podcast. He said some. I can't say their first name, brother. Whoever's in Broken Link podcast said some. Mr. Johnson was wrongfully on death row for decades here in Alabama. Shout out to Alabama for killing an off-duty cop, and they're training every day. Let me see. Can't really read this other one though, but yeah. Personally, I personally agree with everything I said. You know what I mean, and that's one reason why I put myself out there, as far as me being the low. You know what I mean, but I'm going to be right there. You know what I mean, and like I said, I done told this to my own people. I'm like, I know y'all don't like what I say, because what I say, for us, when it comes to stop fucking up our community and shit like that, it's gonna take money out you niggas' pockets. But the same money that you put in you niggas, yeah. What kills me about our street brothers is that they'll do just like how Malcolm X said the cracker do. They'll come in the neighborhood, sell all type of bullshit poison, get that big old bag of money, and then they'll move out of the neighborhood that, you know what I'm saying, that we all destroying. They'll move out the motherfucker because they don't want their children growing up in a bad neighborhood. Like, nigga, we did that. We the one fucked it up. We the one made it bad. So one thing that really gets to me is that we have so much anger against each other that we don't even take out the time to reflect on the other lives. Like you said, we killing husbands, we killing mothers, you know what I mean, sisters, and you know what I mean, basically people that's important to other people, and we taking them off the map. You know what I mean? And it's for some of the dumbest shit. Like I said, here in Oklahoma City, brother, the police said they found over 300 goddamn rounds. You know what I mean? And back in our day, we had the 38s, we had shotguns, if you're really doing something, you might have a Tech 9 or, but these niggas got Dracos and some more shit now. You know what I mean? But 300 some rounds, did all that shooting, and when the smoke was cleared, we had a 22-year-old girl, a mother, who lost her life.
Brother Shabazz, let me interject real quick about one thing that you're saying. What you're saying is true, but when we talk about these brothers that are selling that dope in the community, obviously we want them to stop doing that. But the flip side to that is, and we had this discussion in Mississippi, the flip side to that is, not you and I had the discussion, but myself and others had the discussion. The only way we can, how can we tell these brothers to stop selling dope if we're not supplementing their income? And I think that's where it comes when it comes to brothers, just anybody, myself, yourself, Brother Moon, Brother Curtis, whatever. We can't ask these brothers to stop selling this dope if we're not going to replace that income with something else. So what does that look like? Brother Curtis, Can he get him a job at his factory? Brother Moon, can he get these brothers jobs working with them? Can I get them a job somewhere in the political landscape? You see what I'm saying? So yes, we need to, and I'm not going to make the next statement I was going to make, but what I'm saying is we need to stop selling dope to our own people. That's what I'll say. And in our communities. And if we're asking them to stop selling dope, we have to provide resources that equates to what they're making now. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these drug dealers, they're low level guys, so they're not making a whole lot of money. They're probably making less than what they would be making if they worked with one of us. So to get them, one, to stop selling that poison in our community, two, to prevent them from going to jail, and three, to prevent them from either getting killed or killing somebody else directly or indirectly. We have to be able to, one, be able to go into these communities and talk to these brothers, and two, here's that word again, we have to bring them something tangible that will allow them to stop selling that dope so they can move on, clean up, and then stand side by side with us as we push for true liberation for our people.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes,
facts.
sir.
Yep.
Man, y'all hear it, man. Black power, man. This is beautiful, man. And I like to say to all three of you brothers, I highly appreciate y'all giving me y'all time, man. We've been on here an hour and 21 minutes, man. You know, usually I just do my shows about an hour, but just like it was when we was on the last time, Nick, we went like an hour and a half, man, because the jewels y'all brothers is dropping, man, like it needs to be heard. And I'm trying to do it on my platform for us. Like I said, about me being an active Crip, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to just show our people a different side. Like, man, just because we are who we are, we can still be revolutionaries because we started off as revolutionaries. Know what I mean? If you go back to the times where I'm pretty sure y'all seen that bastards at the party. You know what I mean? And when they was talking about those Peckerwood groups, the spook hunters and all these other, you know what I mean? So we came together to form our own to protect ourselves from police brutality, from these white supremacist group. And just like you said, dear brother Kurt, we got just in Oklahoma 31 hate groups, man. 31 white hate groups, man. You know
There's a town east of Tulsa. It's only 25 minutes away. Elam, Oklahoma. All white, all neo-Nazi.
Why? And I ain't know it. I'm from this damn place, and I ain't know that.
Oh, trust me. When I got down here and when I got with the organization, brother, I started checking into stuff. That's just like Marlow. You know Marlow, Oklahoma?
Yeah, I heard of, yeah.
That's a sundown town. I drove through there one time coming from the gun range. Sheriff stopped me right there at the light.
I never knew we had a gun down. I didn't even know this.
Oh no, we got a lot of them. We got a lot of them. I'll let you know about the other ones. We got about 10 of them. But this one here, they're so racist. They wouldn't let their kids play with another college or a high school with blacks in it. That's how bad it is. Now,
Wow.
That sheriff down there, he stopped me at the light. So I'm pulling out my driver's license. I'm pulling out my registration. I'm pulling out my insurance. Guess what he tells me when I roll down the window? What are you doing here? I said, sir, I just came from the gun range. I'm going to Chickasha because I got to meet somebody there. He just looked at me and said, I suggest you just keep moving now. I'm looking up in the air like, this dude ain't asked me for no driver's license. He didn't ask me for my insurance. I mean, I had everything ready for him, you know, trying to be nice. He was like, you just need to get out of this fucking town. Now, mind you, at the plant that I work at, I had some couple of co-workers who lived out here. And he said, you drove through Marlow? I said, well, yeah, what's wrong with Marlow? Marlow's a sundown town, and it's a Klan town. It's a Klan town. Straight Klan. There's not one black there. None. To today, there's not one black there. Can't drive through there. It's sundown town.
Like I said, I'm born and raised in Oklahoma, but I'm from the city. But yeah, I know I didn't even know we had sundown towns in Oklahoma, man.
They all around Tulsa, Sand Springs.
Well, I was locked up in Sand Springs, but I ain't Wow.
Yeah, sundown town. It still is, and that's why it's more important to get our people trained, get our people ready. Because I'm telling you, if it goes down, dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna go down, and people are gonna die. And
Man,
it shouldn't have to be that way with our people,
may
especially
I
with our,
interject on that training thing, please?
say again.
Can I interject on that training thing?
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, by the way. You got no argument from me, brother. To anybody that's in our organizations that are watching this video, and I hope it is shared to everybody in the video, about to piss you off. We need to be in shape, and I don't mean a circle. We need to be
Facts.
trained.
Yep.
Facts.
We were walking down the streets. This was my other problem, but I'm glad we're getting handles on it now. Now we are.
Oh yeah.
We got all these badass AR-15s. You know what I look at when I see AR-15 as a weapons instructor myself? I look at your optics.
Hmm.
I look at your gear. I look at how it's set up. I look at what you're wearing. Because as much as we're walking in these formations, and I promise you, some of y'all getting giggles at you because you got stuff from wish.com on and they know. They looking at your gear. You got you got an airsoft optic on a real functioning live weapon, which means you ain't gonna hit a damn thing.
Where they do that at?
Not in Anubis, but
Airsoft optic on a. Come on, man.
hey man,
You got to
and
be
we're not in shape. We're not in shape. You have to be. We are. Everybody wants to be a warrior. That's the classic word, right? I'm a warrior. I'm
Yes,
a
sir.
warrior. I'm a warrior. You know what I told my soldiers last week? I don't want warriors in Anubis. And so what you mean? I said I want gladiators. There's a difference between a warrior and a gladiator. A gladiator, yeah, a true warrior is a type of fighter, just like a gladiator. They sort of similar, right? They're both fighters. But gladiators go into the arena and they know it's only one out course, survival.
Hey,
And I'm
mute
gonna
your mics,
fight you.
brother. The brother, Moon, keep on echoing.
Okay, I'm echoing. Am I good now?
I was telling other brothers to mute their mics so you can talk.
Okay. But gladiators, when they entered the arena, they knew that your gear better be on point. You better be strong. Because once they open that gate, you got some savages waiting on the other side. And they trying to take your head off. Anytime we go on these marches, folks, you better be ready to fight in the worst way possible if you have to. Even if your gear is up to par. Cool. What if you run out of ammo? Can you use these real good? Can you? You know, I hear a lot of people say, man, we black, we'll whoop white person ass. Let me tell you something. And I ain't giving them no kudos because I can't stand them. But I see white folks in the gym that I work out at, and they lifting 300, 400, 500 pounds. I'm seeing little white women deadlifting 400 pounds. I see them in the damn boxing gym because our brothers don't like to sweat or our sisters don't like to sweat, right? It's too hard. They want to quit. But they practicing Krav Maga and all this other stuff. You could say you channel a warrior all day, but here's an interesting thing because I practice a spirituality that involves channeling, right? Called Fudan. The entity will only enter a body that is fit for the purpose. So if I channel Ogun, which I do, Ogun, the warlord, he has to be fit into a warlord's vessel to be able to do his full bidding. I'm tired of hearing the word warrior on people that can't walk a mile and not pass the fuck out. I'm tired of people saying they warriors and they can't wear their body armor without wanting to pass out or can't pick up their body weight, let alone firemen carry somebody. We gotta be strong, folks. We have to. You gotta have body hardening. Just punching the bag ain't gonna do it. Sometimes you gotta get hit. to know what a punch feels like. So when you get punched, you don't go to the ground and go, "Oh, my jaw hurts." You know
Facts,
it hurts because you've
facts,
been hit before. But the nerves in
facts.
your body is so used to being hit, it don't matter. We got to take our training to another level. The firearms level, yes, we are increasing. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And it's becoming a beautiful thing across the board. But after the firearms, what else are we training in? How's
How
your
many
ground
knife
game?
handles you fight?
Yeah, how's your strike game? How's your kicking game? How's your knife fighting skills? How's your ground game? If I grab you because you too close, uh-oh. Can you do a counter to the carotid artery choke? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes, sir.
got to be trained all the way across the board. You know soldiers when you see them. You know operators when you see them. From their gear all the way to their demeanor. But the thing that makes an operator is not necessarily his gear. It's this and this. His ability or his or her ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome because they've been trained to do so. And they have no problem being an expert in the art of death. This is stuff that we say we are ready for war, folks. This is stuff that you have to embrace, the possibility of mass death.
Yeah.
And the ability to have to be able to cause death. If you're not there for that, you signed up for the wrong reason. You signed up, October the 31st is the day that you need to be signed up, sir. Any other day after that, just stay at home. Because you signed up for a costume party. Okay? We have to be soldiers all the way around. And it equates to discipline also. I'm going to show my mouth. It equates to discipline also. You can't follow orders, can't follow rules and regulations. You back talking to higher rank. You don't want to do what they say. You want to do your own thing. Stop saying you warriors if that's the case, because warriors understand code. We got to train to be on the battlefield. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Facts, facts, facts. Black power, man. This is beautiful, man. I love this, man. I love the information, man. I love the information from you, brothers, man. And for everybody who happened to see this live, brother Moon, brother, what I was saying, the skills that you was having with the knives and all that, I'm like, hey, man, like I literally wanna like. I'm pretty decent with my hands, you know what I mean? I had a gang of battles in my life. But it's so much shit that I would love to learn, man. So much other shit I would love to learn, and I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn, just like you said. But we can talk all day about locking basically some ghetto street fighting. That shit ain't shit when you fight like you said when Pecker was that's been doing Krav Maga and MMA, so they know how to go 5 minutes around. You know what I mean? The average dude in the streets, well, we got about a nice two minutes. And we, you know what I'm saying, breathing hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, want to get my body. I want to make my body a weapon. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I mean? That's why I'm in the gym right now, every day. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got the whole growing up, with the hands thing, but I want to make my body a straight goddamn me weapon, man. So you're 100% right, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Everybody's on it right now, man. Before we get up out here, brother Nick, how can, if anybody want to join the Geronimo Blacc Club, how can they get in touch with you, dear brother?
Pretty simple. Just go to www.egpgunclub.com. Again, www.egpgunclub.com. Or just go online and Google me, and the information will normally pop up. You'll be able to find it some way. But if you go to the website, the application is there. A lot of the work we do in the community is there. So it's easy. It's easy to find us, access us, and get the information. And let me say one thing too before I go, because I know the brothers had spoke on it earlier, and I really didn't.
Absolutely. Go on, go, sir.
The one thing I'm gonna say, I like to be brief. The one thing I'll say is, if you're criticizing people and you're not doing the work yourself, you really don't have a room to criticize anybody because you're not out there doing it. And and to criticize somebody is to basically say you have the answer to what the problem they're trying to solve. So if you have the answer to the problem that we're trying to solve, why don't you solve it so we can follow you and you give us the blueprint? So if somebody's criticizing somebody, they're not doing the work, they don't have the answers, then I don't personally have the energy to even deal with people like that. That's why I just, myself and my organization, we just continue to do the work. So, we're not about drama. We're about doing work for the people and just driving forward. So again, I don't get caught up in a lot of that other stuff. And if you're talking bad about people, but you're not doing the work, you're only making yourself look bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Kirk, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, all right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Anybody want to join that? How would they get in touch with you there, brother?
Well, we got a new webpage coming up. It's still under construction, but if they want to inquire about the club, they can go to hpngc 2014 at gmail.com. And what we'll do, we'll give them a booklet to let them know what we're about. And if they like what they see, and they like the rules that we have in the book that we have, then we send them to the website where we do a vetting process, and then it'll go from there. So there's a vetting process everybody got to go through now to make sure we get the people that we want to get, and then we'll go from there. But it's hpngc 2013 at gmail.com. That's how they can reach us right now until we get that website up.
Black Power, Black Power, Shay. Brother Moon, if they want to get down with that, I love that name, that Anubis. I ain't even gonna lie, that sounds just like some rider shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if they want to go, well, really, I ain't hold on. Now let me correct. Geronimo Pratt, you already know. Huey P, you already know. You know what I mean? I've been kind of deep on my comedic thing, so that's what I'm saying. Anubis just kind of just stuck out. You know what I mean? But yeah, they want to get in touch with the Anubis Club. How can they get in touch with you there, brother?
Basically, they can send an email to anubiscommander@gmail.com. That is my email for all Anubis related affairs. Um, you could also look me up and send me an inbox, Amunta Kalimo Tepo on Facebook. And what I would do is, because we're looking all across the country now, I will forward you to my regional commander, and from there, he or she will vet you. You'll have a 90-day vetting process. It will be a deep, in-depth vetting process. And after the 90 days, they will contact me and let me know that they're ready for a pen. And once I have a conversation with them, I'll make the determination of whether or not they're ready for a pen. And after that, I swear I'm in.
Ashay.
Website
Black
is
Power.
coming up. I got to get with the times. I get it. So website is coming soon. I tried to stay away from the website thing because I didn't want folks trying to scrub data. But at the end of the day, hey man, I mean, we're trying to get numbers to build. So we got to do what we have to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And last but definitely not least, man. That's why I got to give mad props to my commander, Malik Zulu Shabazz, man. You know what I mean? Like when the brother came and said, brother, you ain't got to drop your rag. We just need, but we need you on post, man. That's all I really need to hear. Like I said, I was getting pushed away from, you know what I mean, from a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying? That's why I love what you just said, Brother Moon. Like, you know what I mean? I wish I'd have met you back then because I kind of felt discouraged, like, man, well, shit, I try to do my own thing. Fuck them, you know what I mean? No uppity niggas, basically. Just to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's how it
No,
was.
I like
Like,
game bangers. That's righteous, bro.
you know, you niggas on red, black, green. Y'all want to fuck with me? Because I'm the cream. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, last but not least, man, I want to give props to my commander, man, Malik Zulu Shabazz. And right here, you go right there. If y'all are interested in the new Black Panther Party here in Oklahoma City, to be a part of this, to be a part of this movement, and then not like if you look at, you got Anubis, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Geronimo Pratt. I mean, come on, man. Like literally, we have a fucking army right here in America, man. That and like I always tell my fellow Christian bloods, like, cause no, in Oklahoma we don't really do the GD, the vice lord thing. But to my Crips and my dogs down here, man, I personally seen brothers that love us, man. I personally was around other brothers that love us, man. So to the Crips, to the Bloods, man, if y'all want to get that training, man, you heard Geronimo Pratt, you heard Huey P. Newton, you heard Anubis, and like I said, last but definitely not least, the new Black Panther Party. You know what I mean? Hey, man, it's time to get on deck, man. It's time to get on board, man. No more fucking around, man. We in the last days, man, and I know y'all see this shit. You know what I mean? Well, it ain't the last day for us because that beautiful sun ain't doing nothing but rejuvenating us and giving us that good black power. You know what I mean? But while the sun is giving us, and I'm gonna break this down a little side, just real quick. The sun is rejuvenating us, giving us that black power, but it's making another people kind of fucking crazy. And these shootings is not gonna fucking stop, man. They not gonna fucking stop unless we stop them. We gotta stop them. All this fucking shit that happened in Buffalo, New York, the fucking that little punk ass Peckerwood Cal Rittenhouse, the other little punk ass cracker Dying Roof. We need to stop all that shit, man. All that shit. How the fuck can we be mad at each other so much when you got a fucking cracker that went up in a goddamn grocery store, shot our people down, and got to his own kind and said, oh, I'm sorry, and reloaded and start shooting more of our elders, man? Fuck that shit, homie. Bottom line, man. It's Black Power Revolution or nothing, man. Nothing. Bottom line. And for all the street tribes that don't want to come to this revolution, you're not going to win, homie. You know why? Because we have the ancestors that's bagging us up 100 goddamn %, man. So we gonna be the victors either way. You know what I mean? So I suggest Crips, Bloods, just GDs, Vice Lords. I suggest that y'all get on the side of the ancestors, because anything else is gonna be destroyed, man. Anything else is gonna be fucking destroyed, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, this been a pleasure, man. It's an honor, man, to have straight soldiers, man, that I know I just met you brothers, but without a shadow of a doubt, I know you brothers got my best interest at hand, man. You know what I mean? Just like I do with y'all. Always remember, y'all do got one, and y'all don't got no Crip. Y'all got this one right here that will ride and die with all three of you guys right on here right now. I promise to God, and I'm a hell of a fucking soldier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But man, is anything else I want to get off, man, before we get up off here?
No, I'm good. I'm just sitting up here cleaning up ammunition and cleaning up weapons, man. So
that's right. Hey, man, but like I said, man, brothers, it was my pleasure. Matter of fact, I believe I'm gonna try to do it next week. I'm gonna have the Sisters of the Underground on here, so y'all be sure tune in with that, man. Sister Aset Harriet Tubman, I believe that's her name. Aset Harriet Tubman. Yeah. She hit me up, man. And the sister been supporting the channel like a month, man. I like the sister, like they've been really supporting me, man. I'm praying that they see the sincerity in my heart, man. Like what I'm doing, I'm not doing, like you said, for a costume show and all that. Man, if you only knew how ready I was in Mississippi, ready for whatever, dude. If you only knew where my heart was at, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I supposed to have them on, and also the sister Empress Bezowit, the one that was blessing everybody. She actually said that she was gonna come on the show, and I'm gonna speak with her as far as when it comes to mental health for us in our community. 'Cause, a lot of us, we ain't healed, man. We fucked up in the head. You know what I mean? Like, I came from a fucked up background, very fucked up background, and I know I ain't fucking healed. So I'm trying to. So I'm supposed to get her on sometime. I think you said like after the 22nd, she'll be ready to come on, man. So y'all check that out, man. When we get the sister on here, man. And please, on each one of y'all platforms, man, I highly appreciate it if y'all share this to y'all platform on YouTube or whatever other platform, man. So the message that y'all gave can be spread it out, man. You know what I mean? And to all my subscribers, man, I'm up to almost well, I got what 659 subscribers now, man. So y'all keep on subscribing, keep on showing me love, man, because I trust and believe this channel here will never be on no nigga shit ever. No nigga shit allowed on this channel. You know what I mean? So that's why I had to call the soldiers that y'all, you know what I'm saying, that y'all see right now, man. But anyway, dear brothers, man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I pray that I can get y'all back on. You know what I mean? If not all at once, at least one at a time. But I want to get y'all back on my show, man. I want to make y'all regulars on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, and brother Kurt, we gonna talk because you said you never really seen the whole lot of street shit. Don't trip. I'm gonna give you that ghetto tour, and we gonna get these brothers. For like me personally, my mission is to get as many goddamn Crips and Bloods trained up, organized, and off this bullshit. That's my personal missions for the street tribes. You know what I mean?
I got 6 gun ranges already down here where I'm at. So you just say nothing but the word.
Beautiful, brother. But I will definitely. Oh, you got my word. Put like this, and you know, you already know the black man that can't hold his word, he ain't shit. So I'm giving you my word that we gonna hook up, black man. We gonna hook up. Me, you, and also brother Omar. You know what I mean? And you know, basically, like you said, like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, man, I'm going to get y'all over it, man. Y'all can tend back to y'all families, man. Black Power, man. I love y'all brothers, man. And you know, we definitely gonna catch back up, man. To everybody's looking, it's your man Al Jihad the God, Black Power, Crip Life. Those who know me know this. Community revolution is in progress, niggas. Black Power, man. Love y'all, man.
Well, you back, man. Salute.